just a little bit. I don't know. It seems to work pretty well for how it's set up. So I had an idea for this new character I was working on. Can Beast Mastery be a tag? And can I start with like a monster as like a mount pet thing?
Hello.
Well, it already says to take out 2 points if you add a companion. All right. Do those tags also cost 2? The one I had still has tags there too. No, I think it's the one I downloaded before. He probably means his time. A Sky Shark. Yeah, I think it's more thing is it can't stop. It doesn't really have any way to land. I'm imagining it's just bigger than a horse. Well, you know, it's got to be big enough to eat those that giant flying turtle, right? Maybe it was bred specially by his family or something. Yeah, because I guess that's where he learned to be a professional beastmaster. Yeah, that's fair. Oh yeah, he's has to be bigger than a Sheffield or whatever they're called. Those really big ones, Clydesdale.
What are the wee ones called again? Like Shetland ponies?
He'll have monster tongue. That way the shark can talk bad about the rest of his teammates, but they don't know.
Right.
I'm not sure I can even remember the guy with the swords. Is this a campaign I wasn't in, or? Oh, Angel.
All I remember, my character was a paladin with a duck.
I mean, I remember Al and I remember Tact. That was it.
What's the difference between archery and marksmanship? Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I can kind of alter what I was going with a bit. If we need to kind of bring certain types of character, you know.
Well, I mean, they're not going to be good later. Phil's one is. I had an idea a long time ago for somebody who's playing who was playing a sorceress, to be part of a thing called the Astro Knights, and they were like from the realms, and they kind of like kept the realms in order, and they travelled between them. So he's going with that. So it's kind of like a knight paladin kind of thing, but they can travel between the different realms. And they have some magical powers because he's Phil and he's got to have magical powers.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to be a wizard. I figured he would be a wizard already.
Yeah, so he's that. Alan's got 3 different ideas, he says, but the one I liked that he pitched was a paladin who worships a god of love and sex and is all about like seduction, and he's a bit like Antonio Banderas. which I really like because that's just very different for Alan. So that's quite a fun one. Drac, if he fucking shows up, will be Sneaky Ninja, which was his character in a different campaign on this world, on a different continent. That was also the half demon that you guys used as a conduit in that one campaign to travel between realms. There was a half demon that was touching a giant gemstone thing, and it was at that moment in time and space that you travelled through him. So that's his character, and he's going to bring that back, I think.
Seen as very important in all these events.
Yeah. But he's also like half demon. I can't remember if the half demon side really came up. See, that's why I like recording sessions, because just writing down my notes doesn't really help, because I read my notes before the session. I never remember to do it after. But yeah, he's going to be that. So Sneaky Ninja, Astro Knight, Paladin thing, Sexy Paladin, and then wherever you guys are. So we've got Beastmaster.
I'm going to be a shark riding archer who jumps off and jumps back on.
Okay, so Legless and a shark. Kinda. Yeah, so I mean, they're pretty fighty. The ninja's quite fighty, but he's sneaky, rogue kind of thing. So, yeah. I mean, if you're a construct and he's kind of tanky, that would fit well, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna take Pain's Gain, but I'm not entirely sure like what other tanky stuff to take.
Like I said, I haven't looked at this for like months. I can't even remember everything that's here.
All I remember is my tanky character was a pixie, so I don't think I can help you much.
Tough, high pain tolerance, hardened, Pain's Gain, all of them are like tank stuff.
Oh wait, I might have been looking at the old one.
G-Drive should be just as new as
yeah,
well.
I'd taken or rather I'd looked at Tough and been like, oh, well, we don't have a large attack anymore, so I'm not entirely sure what to do though.
Which one's that?
It was Tough on the old one. It said it added one more like box in the pain tact, but we didn't use it anymore.
Yeah, because this one's tough when you take a wound, you get advantage.
Yeah, for the gut check.
High pain tolerance is the pain one. Hardened is for stress. Will to live. Natural immunity. What does the monster trait for construct give you?
It's got a...
I mean, it's like hide or whatever. But
okay, so inorganic is the negative monster one.
Inorganic, or rather, like if you take construct, you're armored against blade weapons anyway, but you can't wear armor.
Is construct a positive one? Sorry, my site's terrible just now because of eye strain. I'm struggling to
If you take construct, you have to take inorganic,
right?
But it gives you armor against blade weapons.
Can you repair yourself?
I was going to take regeneration, so it was like an enchanted stone or something that can repair itself over time. But I wouldn't be able to heal myself like directly, so I wouldn't have any magic. Or at least I wouldn't have that magic.
You could take unusual size and be large, or huge, and that would give you extra wind slots.
Yeah, Well, I was going to take large, but then I was like, well, should I be that large relative to dwarves? I think, like, being like human size already
Okay,
is a lot bigger than dwarves.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I mean, large and huge are defined elsewhere. Like, large is large as a cart or a horse, and huge is as big as a house. Hello,
Yeah,
Jack.
so I think like large would be like the upper limit, you know.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
late. We had a surprise birthday party I had to go to. Got back a little bit late.
Social life, imagine that, man.
Do what?
It's a social life, imagine that.
I hate it. I would love if I never had to leave my house.
Oh, so you want my life?
Yeah, I'm close to it. I'm getting close to the end goal here, but I'm not there yet. I still have some people I gotta talk to.
Yeah, I think regeneration is definitely what you want to go for.
Has your system changed much since I played last, or could I just use the same characters, like the same playbook?
It's not Playbooks because it's not Dungeon World.
They changed it a lot then.
It's a different system, it's not Dungeon World, yeah. There's a pinned link to the G Drive with all the files on the Fantasy RPG in Discord.
Okay. Level 20, I need to join, or are we just doing it like we do the other games that you do now?
I mean, this is just like Session 01, you don't need to be in roll 20 for this one.
Well, I know you said you wanted to try and make it through and have something to do.
Yeah, it's still not necessary, but
Okay.
yeah, you can hop in it. The map's in there. Not that that'll make a difference for this. But yeah, I mean, the character sheet's got the character creation thing, it's got a bunch of qualities and gear and stuff. So yeah, you probably just want to look at your old sheet and just try to transfer it over. It's very open to like how you add things. There's preset qualities you can pick, but then you get to just take like tags, and that can be anything you want it to be.
Okay.
I think there's some suggested ones, but yeah, it can be pretty much anything you want it to be. And the stats and stuff are different.
I'm trying to think of a good negative trait. Or negative quality.
Uneducated. If you're... Well, I mean, I don't know what your background is for Beastmaster.
He's a traveler and a professional.
Is he from, like, wilderness? Did he grow up with people and civilization? Because if you grew up in the wilderness, or in some sort of primitive society, you might not be... You might have uneducated, you might have illiterate. If he's old, he could be past prime.
Would it be bad for him to have an obsession with his shark? Like, or an irrational attachment to it?
I don't think it's irrational. If it's something you've like raised since it was whatever a baby shark's called. Yeah, I mean, if you've had it for like 15 years or something, you're going to be very emotionally attached to it.
Or what if he has claustrophobia? That's why he has a flying shark.
Ah, I mean, claustrophobia makes sense. If it's someone who's used to being outdoors in the big wilderness, doesn't like small, cramped spaces.
Alright, so he's got distinctive style and claustrophobia.
What's his distinctive style?
He's from the other continent, the one that's big desert.
I mean, it looks like desert, it's just because it's blank. But it does have a desert in it.
Yeah, in the southern continent, right?
Yeah.
So this is kind of like your Space Adventures one. You have the approaches and whatnot.
Yeah, I think the space one came after this one. This is like a really old one because we've ran this 3 years now, 2 years now.
It's been about 3.
I think the older.
I just remember the approaches on the other ones. Okay, it won't be too hard to get used to it.
Yeah, so I mean, your approaches are your stats. That's just how you do things. You pick backgrounds. They give you rerolls. You got your drives. The second page, it's the gameplay level is adventurer, and that tells you how many like points you get to spend on skills and stuff, or tags rather. It tells you what your starting stats are. There's a little paragraph under that, and it tells you how much each thing costs during character creation. And it gives you like a preset gear that you'll get for being the adventurer as well. And there's a list of backgrounds there, and then after that there's a list of qualities, positives, negative ones. There's also monster qualities, and if you're half demon, they might be something to pick. It just depends kind of what you're styling them like.
So if I want a monster quality for my pet, do I use two points for it? And then it still gets the negative quality then, right? Oh, would it just go on a rampage then?
Gear, weapon, vehicles. Followers. Yeah, because the one I have is you just roll to see what the quality and the loyalty is, but that's not going to be applicable, I think. Yeah, I think you just use your stats. It'd be easier. Because it's just extension of you, really. What else do you got, Bird?
Well, I think I have to take the Starbound Distinctive Style. I thought the other negative qualities would be oblivious and inorganic.
Mm-hmm.
For the tags, I was taking just a bunch of, I guess, sort of typical dwarven stuff, like knowledge of dwarven magic runes, metallurgy, and architecture.
Okay.
So
is he like not just thinks he's a dwarf, but he's got all the typical dwarven interests and such?
I was thinking like he'd have a decent knowledge of their culture,
okay,
like from being raised in it, but he just doesn't realise he's not a part of it yet.
Right, okay. So he just kind of like thinks of himself as a dwarf. Just like a different type of dwarf or something.
Yeah.
Alright.
Like, not very intelligent.
Okay. Yeah, but he's Pinocchio. He's still figuring stuff out.
Yes.
The giant stone Pinocchio.
And I thought, like, because of his build, it would make sense to take, like, Boxer and stuff later. Which is, he was, like, it counts as trained and armed when he's unarmed. But I think he wouldn't realise how dangerous he is when unarmed. So he still carries an axe and a shield about.
Yeah, because he sees the dwarves doing that and he thinks that's what you need to do. Yeah.
It'll be quite a big axe, but.
So I'm assuming then that he's like a fully articulated stone figure.
Oh yeah, like I was thinking, like, for instance, he can, like a dwarf, he can drink. It's just he doesn't actually strictly need to. He just does it because he sees other dwarves doing it, and he's like, yeah. But yeah, and like obviously he doesn't look like one, but he can speak and he knows the language and stuff.
Is he going to look like a dwarf statue that's moving around almost, or is he a lot more like primitive looking?
That was something I wasn't entirely sure about, because I want him to be like clearly not, in terms of like his height, he'd be like twice the size of a dwarf at least.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know how much you could make them look like a dwarf.
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends on if he's been like a reanimated statue, because that would be quite. You'd have all the human, all the dwarf features. And you'd have actual fingers and stuff like that for grabbing things.
I think, like, I was saying like he could be of non-dwarven origin, just kind of like adopted by a dwarf after he'd been found.
Right.
Like, I don't mind if that is his origin, or if he is dwarven in origin. But I think if I was going for that kind of ambiguity, then it makes sense for him not to look like a dwarven sculpture.
Okay. I'm just trying
Like,
to
he could have...
just because in my head it looks more like a rock golem kind of thing, where it's just like a pile of rocks that's animated. But that makes it a little more difficult to like hold things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I could see him having like digits, but they're not really like proper sculpted fingers.
Right.
But the kind of image that I had that was like he'd have like magic runes or whatever carved in specific places, like in places of his eye, for instance, he'd have runes which granted something similar to sight.
Right. Okay.
And I thought also it'd be funny if, like, because he has a knowledge of dwarven runes, he just assumes that he has dwarven runes, like, along him, which, like, offer protection or something, like tattoos or something like that.
Okay.
But they're actually like how he functions. And they don't need to be dwarven runes, he just assumes they are, kind of thing.
Yeah, because he has a kind of limited knowledge or capacity for knowledge.
Yes. But yeah, I thought if I didn't have all that defined, then if you had any preference for like weaving it into story, then it might be easy. Yeah, see, just like a possibility is that after Hypnos captured all of these mountains, I imagine some number of dwarves like fled, right? I don't know, were there dwarves living in like the Pavian Mountains down here or the Skyfire Mountains?
Not the Pavian. There could definitely have been maybe smaller ones in Skyfire. The main northern mountains are like the Dwarf Mountains, and yeah, they've all been like eliminated apart from this last one, which is Caraclac. I mean, I hadn't thought about it too much, man. They've been defeated. We hadn't like specified they'd been like exterminated. So yeah, there would definitely be refugees scattered around.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. With how oblivious he is to everything, if it was like a small culture that he fled to,
I mean, I also just going off of the dwarves being kind of stereotypical as well. When they fled, they probably went deeper underground rather than across the land to get away, I would think. So maybe while they dug down and went deeper, maybe he got left behind and just started wandering. And he's ended up down here.
Yeah, might work.
Alright, I uploaded what I have so far to the G drive.
Alright, can you send me on Discord just so I don't have to go rooting around for it?
Yeah.
Everyone look clear enough for you, Drac?
Yeah, I'm making my character now. I'm trying to get everything transferred over according to these rules. That would make sense.
See, Salazar. So, Traveler, Professional Beastmaster. To capture monsters. Oh my god, it's a Pokemon trainer, isn't it? It didn't even occur to me.
Well, but then I'm trying to figure out how I would use them if they're all based on my health. Or would just the other monsters just be one-offs?
Well, I mean, They're effectively just like weapons that you're using, aren't they? But you're using them at range, and you're using their abilities to attack.
Yeah, so he's basically a
Because
Pokemon
if they get hurt, right, you're probably going to like take stress because you're getting stressed out that your things are getting hurt.
Right.
So probably something like that, just for simplicity.
So Daredevil was a good idea to take then.
I don't know what's Daredevil. I can't remember.
If you perform when you perform an exceptionally daring action, remove all stress.
On that note, I do magic then for my ninja abilities, or would I just take those like you would a tag or something?
I mean, if they're magical, the magical talent is more for actual magic. If it's just like sneaky ninja shit or related to your demon ability, you don't have to take magical talent for it. You can just take it as a tag.
There was like just a few things I did, like the replacing myself with an object kind of deal. I didn't know if that would be a magic thing or.
I mean, there are spells which have that same effect, if I recall. But
yeah, I would check out the spells and see if any of them fit first.
I haven't gotten that far yet. That was just.
Transpose, switch location with a target which you can see. So that's a spell. Yeah, so you may want to take magical talent and then take them as spells.
Okay. I'll do magical talent and then do spells.
To get gold to get the safety harness.
Okay, that makes sense. What's your shark's name?
I don't know. I can't think of one. Sherman the Shark. All right.
Which is this kind of borderland town / city.
He wants to search for through the mountains to find one of those giant burrowing worm monsters.
Yeah, I mean, your guy makes more sense than anyone, I think, to be in this sort of area. If he's all about beasts in the wilderness.
Hello.
Awful quiet, Alan.
Can you hear me? Any better now?
Same kind of volume.
I've got the mic pretty much next to my mouth at the moment, so
The volume and the laptop turned down or something.
probably.
Alex has a flying shark called Sherman.
Okay.
But we'd established in this previous campaign that above the clouds there's a whole ecosystem, which are basically aquatic things that fly.
You know, because
one of these.
anywhere pirates go, sharks have to follow, right?
That's just making me think of the sharks swimming in Florida at the moment.
Oh, on the highway?
Yep. The sharks swimming in the streets. There's a video passing, I think it's a casino or something. There's just like 3 shark fins moving along the water down the road. Yeah. There was a literal sharknado they had. They're underwater now.
No, I think they were rescued by a conservation group or something. Well, I think the sharks were the one in danger from the people in Florida.
Everyone's in danger from the people in Florida. They're in danger to the others and themselves. So a sex-crazed paladin would fit in perfectly with this. Or would you prefer a like rock-crazed geomancer? I'm just going to be imitating Tony Dalton the entire time.
I love it. That's the person you picked to imitate. As
Well,
a
it's like,
seducer.
who would you? Yeah, no, it's like.
Who's ideally a womanizer or Timothy Dalton?
Well, I thought of the really funny background that we got two backgrounds, don't we? Characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two I would take is religious and cursed. And the curse is I was cursed by the goddess that I worship with immortality because I've somehow seduced the goddess, but she's spiteful that I still like seducing other women.
Right.
So I've got a curse of immortality, but the thing is, as soon as I've slept with a woman, I completely forget who they are.
Alright, so hang on. So you seduced the goddess. So you must be like inhumanly like handsome.
Somehow.
Okay.
Imagine it like a drunken one night stand.
And you're what? You've been cursed to never find true love.
Yep, never find true love. Whenever I do, like, a relations with a woman, I can start feeling anything other than, lust for a woman. I immediately forget who they are.
Right.
And I'm trying to remove this curse. The curse also means that I can't die. I can't die of old age.
Right.
I've had the curse for like 100 years.
Yeah, so you're
despite
eternally handsome and beautiful, but you just like you'll never be able to find true love with it.
Yes. And yeah, I still worship this goddess because pray to her. And sometimes she blesses me because she feels she feels that I'm feeling for her, and then like all the time she just goes no because she remembers that I'm an unfaithful womanizer.
God, that's a toxic relationship if there ever was one.
Do you still worship her because she's the only woman you remember?
Yeah, she's the only woman I remember ever loving, and I will always love the goddess, no matter what she does to me.
So tragic.
I pray to her infinite beauty and wisdom.
So tragic.
Part of me is like wanting to cure the curse, and the other part of me is like too much enjoying the philandering.
Oh, I mean,
bother.
after 100 years, I think you'd be sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
You really would want to just like settle down or die.
Oh, but wait, don't all the women still remember you though?
Yep.
So you probably have like hundreds of who knows how many kids out there.
Possibly.
I thought you were going to say like hundreds of enemies.
Yeah.
I definitely have hundreds of enemies.
too.
I don't know how many children I have.
You have a lot
Depends
of children who are your enemies. Coming to find the father that wronged their mother.
Don't even know your mother. When did we meet?
You're a handsome lad.
You're a very handsome young boy.
You're a handsome lad. Where'd you get your good looks from? He's just looking at you.
He's a spitting image of me.
Antonio Montana. I don't know why Phil is giving me advanced telekinesis as a tag. What the fuck makes it advanced?
I put one of my drives as find true love. So
Demons be considered unholy, like the negative monster quality.
Oh no, my guy was a full demon.
that was that was in the Southern campaign because half demon was the portal and the demon. Yeah. All right.
I have a half demon. He's probably gonna show up in this campaign too. mean, he is the villain of this campaign, so
Oh,
And we might not make it to him, I guess.
Well, we've got an immortal and you're made of stone, so somebody's probably going to make it. That's a disturbing noise outside.
do we have any characters who are just like greedy characters, or
So that would be me. That's how I'm going to start out, at least.
Yeah, we
Which
had a talk.
okay.
He's going to have a character arc, so he isn't always greedy.
I'm greedy.
Okay.
Oh,
because
Yeah, the portal
Hypnos
got
is the perfect
opened.
enemy for greedy characters.
The portal got opened because I was greedy. We put it that way.
Yeah, there's a horde of demons being led by an evil sorcerer in the south of the continent because
I didn't need the object. I just wanted the object.
Oh, but Doc, do you remember what Hypnos's power was, right?
I don't actually.
He can curse objects just by touching them.
yeah, hex him. He's gonna be hard to beat in the final fight because of his abilities. It honestly sounds like the fucking demon spawn outside running around.
So for 2 positive, you gotta take 1 negative, correct?
Yes, for every 2 positive, 1 negative. And the negatives don't cost you anything. Are you using the G drive sheet, Alan, for making your character? Like
I've still got the old one from the last session, unless it's changed.
well, I would check it because I think we did alter things because the prices are like 1 skill point or 1 creation point rather than 2 for things.
Okay, I'll download the new one.
I say new, it's like a year old. Because I think it's just the qualities that cost 2. I think everything else is 1. No, the qualities are 1 as well. And it's the adventurer loadout.
Oh, cool. So character sheet PDF. I think that's the one I've got. Yeah, boats usually expand territory dramatically. So where is it in Hypnos territory we're going for the fight?
So I pinged where you are at Brogdenburg.
Yep.
You'll be going north to the mountain range.
Yep.
I mean, when you meet the character, tell you where you're going, you'll see exactly where to go.
Yeah. Okay.
I assume I'm still starting level 1, correct?
What's that?
Assuming I'm still starting level 1.
Yeah. Wait, do we start on level 1 or do we start level 0?
I had been put in 0, but I don't know.
That's fine.
Yeah, we'll start
that.
level 0 because we're European.
I'll get 1 mana. Gotcha.
Phil's not a power gamer, but he does like kind of be like, oh, I get this extra thing. Is telekinesis a spell?
Wait, Construct says I can't ever wear armor,
Yeah.
and Sealed is under armor, but I assume because it's not really waving. Can I still use one of them?
Use what, sorry?
A shield.
A shield?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not wearing that, you're carrying that.
Yeah, just in case it was like technically you wave it on your arm or something like that.
No. I wouldn't do that to you. Do you know? It's such a chance. Do you know the other tag he's given himself here is extra mana?
What?
Phil, for one of these tags, he's written extra mana.
Can I add it to see as a mana potion?
Can we do that?
No.
Go.
Obviously not. That's totally trying to game it, man.
Just give him a negative quality, like mana burn. If he uses too many spells in
Well,
a
actually,
short while.
I can see why he's done that. He's given himself a mana potion allergy.
Who's allergic to mana potions. Starts an extra mana because of that deck.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
Give yourself a nerf that the GM goes like, maybe I should.
Well, I mean, he's really just getting out of buying them, is the thing. But because he pitched it, and I was like, that sounds very like something I'd intended Magicka to be, as like an ongoing story, if we'd continued playing back then. So I was like very early on when this was getting built. And then I showed him that, and he's like, oh yeah, that's a better version, we'll just do that. So if he's like traveling between realms and stuff, I suppose drinking mana potions doesn't make an awful lot of sense. And gaining it passively somehow is better. It's just... You always have something like that one.
It's okay, Dark. It could be worse. I was thinking about bringing back doing a Priest of Fentaku. Who just
Taco.
heal people with tentacles.
Oh, the squid thing.
Yeah.
What the hell is this spell that he's picked? I'm just wondering what the hell advanced telekinesis is going to be. Or true grit? That's not quality, is it?
I think grit is.
Yeah, I think it is. It's one of the like extra pain, winder, kind of ones.
No.
I thought
It's
grit
tough.
was, but I can't actually see it.
No, strong,
No.
tough, tolerance, hardened, pains, gain will to live. I mean, I just control F, looked for grit, and it's not in there. I don't know what he means by that one as a tag.
Oh, and yeah, did you have something to DM you the character sheet?
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
And before I have a ton of errors on it.
I mean, I doubt it. You can count to 10, can't you?
Questionable.
I only counted 7. What else did you spend on?
I mean, I think. Yeah, I think because I took created as a background, it's 6 positive qualities, and then I've got 4 tags at the bottom.
Oh, right, sorry, I didn't see the scroll.
It's quite a big list.
Well, if you got 7 at the top, and you've got 4 at the bottom, that's 11.
Oh yeah, but in the character generation, maybe it's just the old one actually. Let's see. Yeah, created as a background, you must choose amorphous or construct and their requirements for fee.
Oh, right, okay, that's fine. I love that you're like all tanky and oblivious.
Well, yeah, I figured that for him to not realise he needed to be quite oblivious.
Yeah. I just keep thinking he's like a stone Big Hero 6.
Stone Baymax.
Yeah.
I think Social Chameleon would work with me.
I mean, it can be. It's not tied to your whole god attractiveness thing.
No,
But
it's
I mean,
more
you could,
just like
you could have it separately, yeah.
the idea. I'm just like I was thinking more like just my affable personality, just any social situation.
Yes. And obviously, if you've been so old, you're very experienced as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's fine.
I have to take attractive.
Obviously.
I took Quick Healer, part of my curse. I took Daredevil because imagine I'm pretty brazen.
Well, yeah, because you're like, hey, I can't die.
Natural immunity. I've probably been poisoned a million times.
So Dwarven Magic is a tag. Is that... I mean, it's not like magical talent, yeah?
It's meant to be knowledge of it, yeah.
Oh, just knowledge? Okay.
Yeah, I was considering taking a magical talent because I was like, maybe if he's a magical construct, he could learn eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, it just seemed a bit weird to take at the start.
Yeah, you can branch into it if you feel it's suitable. I'm just wondering how it applied, but if it's knowledge, yeah, that makes sense. The box is just unarmed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just 'cause
chained, yeah.
if you get hit by a fucking golem, you'll feel it.
Yeah. You're literally getting hit by a brick wall.
What is a lightning harpoon?
We used it against a beaver once, I think.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it's just an electrified harpoon.
I think it wasn't even electrified on its own for us. It just had like wiring attached to it, and we had a lightning mage to activate it.
Yeah. You would need like a vehicle to attach it to, though, I think. Because it's a vehicle weapon, isn't it?
We definitely shot it from a like boat-mounted harpoon gun.
Ah, yeah, so I probably can't just throw it from the back of a shark, can I?
Yeah, I don't actually have it listed under vehicle ones.
It's just under weapons.
Right.
'Cause I think
Yeah, because a harpoon is just a harpoon that you throw. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't really be electrified then if it's not attached to something that's supplying it with a charge. Is the only thing.
Do I need a tag for riding, or does Beast Mastery count for that?
Well, what does Beastmaster cover? Would be the question.
Probably taming and communicating or taking care of the monsters and beasts. Yeah, so I should probably replace one of those with riding.
That's weird. I had to add the extension to your PDF track because it didn't actually have it.
Yeah, I'm having to use like a Google Chrome, like a Chromebook laptop that I'm borrowing right now.
All right.
I sent it, but my Discord was muted. But I was like, or wasn't working. I was like, I hope that opens up for you because I don't know if it actually will or not.
Okay, so 2 backgrounds, professional mercenary, that's fine. 3 drives, that's fine.
I added in a redemption there so that like I feel guilty that I released the Demon Horde, but like not at first I feel guilty.
So 3 spells, presumably you've got 1 for free, and then are these all from the same school or are they different schools?
They're from 2 different schools, but I was going to ask about that since that was part of my original class before. I didn't know if you'd let me have these base spells at least.
No, you
as
need,
like one school of magic.
You need to pay it same way you pay for the regular ones.
I might have one too many then.
So they're both from different schools. Neither of them are from your original school.
Right, because like I was looking through the ones you have. So like Ninja, I put Ninja as a school, but since you said no, I had to pick Illusion and then Alteration, I suppose. I think I got 2 from Illusion and 1 from Alteration.
Okay, so you pick Illusion as your school, so you get that one for free, which means the second one only costs 1. And then the other one costs 2 points because it's from a different school. So that's 3 points for those.
Okay.
So is Guilt Ridden?
Guilt Ridden is a negative quality.
Okay, so it doesn't count towards anything.
I got, so like Professing gave me 1 for free, so that was my ninja tag or whatever. So like I did that. There was like an infiltration, sneaky kind of miscellaneous tag you had, so I just renamed it ninja.
Okay, yeah. So
okay,
so if ninja's your profession, that's free. Then you've got magical, knife fighting, demonology, grace, and shadow walk. That's 5. These other ones is a 1 and a 2, so that's 8. So you should still have 2.
And then I gave myself an extra plus 1.
Okay.
I gave myself an extra plus 1 approach.
Alright,
I
okay.
had made Sneaky up to plus 2.
Okay. Yeah, you should be fine then. Throw knives, cool. Yeah, and your throw knives are throwing stars, I'm assuming. For flavour.
Right. And I kind of knife fighting. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And did you think of a reason why you've came to the area that you're in? Because it's a different continent.
Redemption is why I'm here. And since we're fighting Hypnos, I didn't know anything about him. I kind of just came up with that on the fly when he said he curses objects or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to think. Well, I was here for the tablet to begin with, because I do work for a clan of ninjas.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm here. I think we talked about that the other day.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, that's fine.
How many negatives per positive quality?
1. Oh, sorry, for every 2 positive, you get 1 negative.
Okay.
Although you can take as many negatives as you want.
1.
Alright, Doug, I updated my character sheet and sent you the new one. I just got rid of trap making to put writing on there.
Okay, Beastmaster Archery tracking, riding, combat reflexes, agile, monster tongue, daredevil lucky, distinctive style, and claustrophobic. Traveller, proficient Beastmaster, capture monsters, find a sky island.
We can, or I can just fly above the mountains eventually and find one.
We'll find out the mountains are a sky island that fell.
Are we just gonna find one that's just a giant upside down mountain?
Oh, I'm gonna change my unnatural gaze to spider walk because I did not see that. It's just a couple below unnatural gaze on page 5. You can scale vertical surfaces with these, which goes into my ninja thing from the other playthrough. Last time it was like a spell technically, but this time I guess it'll just be a positive quality. Sacrificed one of my things for that. Yes.
At least I have a warrior code that I'm not going to jump into like the middle of, a crowd in a sneak attack.
Uh-huh.
I will fist him from the front.
But everyone else will.
Everyone else will jump in a sneak attack. And I'm like, don't.
Except the construct would just be like, what's happening?
Well, just because I
friend.
throw myself needlessly into danger doesn't mean I won't do it from like a sneaky position though.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still like the daredevil thing. It's still just like going in.
I'll just jump off my shark and hopefully land somewhere safe.
I think I might have to drop warrior code of just realizing I've got a ninja who's going to be doing sneak attacks, and that's just going to give me a stress every time he does something like that.
That matter, or would it be like only if you do things?
No, it says if I witness someone breaking my code.
Well, it's only if you see him doing it. If he's really good at sneaking, you're not going to see it.
If you do something right, no one will know you did anything at all.
I mean, that's also a good like party conflict. So I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah,
I mean, I am a ninja. My whole goal is not to be seen.
The alternative one I could take is oblivious.
So like the like the stone golem. It's like fight breaks out, like fucking 4 people are dead and shit's been stolen, and you two turn around like something happening.
The only way I'm not oblivious is if a beautiful woman is involved.
No, that's why you're oblivious.
Yes, because as soon as a beautiful woman's involved, blinkers are completely on. Everything she does, I will notice, pay attention, learn every detail. Everything else that's going on just doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm going oblivious.
So Daredevils and 3 Daredevils, basically, and 2 oblivious.
I'm a Daredevil too, remember?
That's good. What's that, Glenn? This is a fantasy game.
So it's just D&D or just what?
It's fantasy, but it's the custom system we've used in the first few campaigns. So.
Oh, cool. This one's already filled, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got another guy that's coming in as well. He's just not came here yet.
Oh, I'm just spectating.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I guess when you're ready, Alan, we'll just like start doing a scene because Phil's probably not going to be here for another 40 minutes or so.
My food just arrived, so I'll be eating.
Well, when you're done, we can take like a 10-minute break so you can eat and then we can do it. Because his character is like done. You can just jump in when he gets here. It's actually suitable for him just to jump in because he's probably just going to like walk in from midair. Oh god, he's fucking Rick from Rick and Morty.
I'm gonna miss my camouflage cloak. Yeah. Yeah, as an item I got in the other game. And the wind tornado that was like either really good or really bad depending on how I rolled, and I had really shitty stats for it, so I always hoped I rolled bad.
I mean, when you level up, you can just take them as a tag.
Yeah. Well, that was a plan. Like I got more. I think one of them was just a skill anyways, or something like camouflage. Pretty much the same thing.
Okay, Alex, do you want to just tell everyone else who your character is, what you can do?
Alright, my guy is Salazar, a human from the southern continent, from the desert. He comes from a clan of beastmasters who raise sky sharks. So he's just can talk to monsters and rides a flying shark while shooting arrows.
Do we have the Pokemon theme song on standby?
I used to from a Pokemon game. I don't think I have it anymore.
Does anyone have any questions about Salazar and Sherman?
Yeah. What's his reason for being up here in the other continent?
He's looking for one of those giant worms that burrow through mountains and stuff.
I like the idea that it's actually like the other kind of worm, like in WYRM, and it just misheard it.
You're like the worst for just complicating people's shit, man, by adding things in.
I'm sorry.
You're just like, oh yeah, that sounds like this thing should be completely horrible if it's true, and I'm like, oh well, that's it now.
Well, at least we know what'll happen. It's just not nearly as big as people say it is.
Or it's twice as big as people say it is. So, Bird, do you want to tell us who your guy is?
I'm not entirely sure about the name, but I'll probably stick with it. It's Duradam Stonebreaker, and he is a golem construct who thinks he's a dwarf. I'm not sure where to go from there. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure what his origin is, but at least he thinks he's a dwarf, and it might turn out that he was made by dwarves, it might turn out he was made by someone else. We'll see.
Made by Malekith. Okay. And he's like a refugee from the dwarfs in the mountains just now, yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, if the dwarves have like retreated underground, he'll just gone wandering. I like the idea that because he doesn't really get what dwarves are all about, he just wandered to the other mountains thinking they'd all be over there.
Uh-huh.
And eventually ended up in Dragonborg, rather.
Yeah, so you like look. He's like, "Where's everybody going?" And he didn't think they were going underground. He's like, "Oh, there's other mountains. They must be over there."
Yes.
Oh, there's another mountain. Maybe it's that one. Okay, idiot golem. Great. Okay, Drac. So, what's your guy?
His name's Drakarn, half demon, half elf ninja. I'm here because the Ninja Clan wants to steal the Tablet of Alteration so they can sell it back to the kingdom for money. My guy is like real greedy, like so he might steal other stuff along the way, but he's also very guilt-ridden because he unleashed a demon horde that has been killing a lot of people, and he's trying to sort those emotions right now. Because stealing from people is one thing, but getting people killed is kind of a different story.
And as we said before, he was actually a conduit for this party in an old campaign to go between different realms. Because they just like jumped through him at the point where he was used as a portal for all those demons. Don't remember which realm they went to. I think they were going into the demon realm, weren't they?
Yeah, they went there and back. Well, that's just what you told me, that they used me to get back. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So, like, I'm greedy, and then now I hate myself for being greedy.
While I'm still being greedy.
Yes, I'm still being greedy. That's not changing.
It's like crying, I can't help myself. I love gold.
I'm just crying in a bathtub full of gold.
And Alan, if you're ready to, you can tell us who you guys.
I am Ricardo, no last name. He is just Ricardo. He is a paladin for the. Is there a goddess of love and lust already yet? Or
I
make one
don't
up?
think we have one defined.
Okay, I'll call her Euphoria, the goddess of love and bliss. She's all about the getting down and dirty kind of love. And I grew up at the Great Monastery, which is the largest temple that worships her, which is basically just a giant commune orgy. I was born and raised there and blessed by her as a child, and so received an excessive amount of love from the goddess, which led to a little bit of spite too. So I've now been cursed by my goddess to, never age, never die. Of at least that way, I could still be murdered, kind of thing. But it comes with some other drawbacks, such as like I have a giant magical beacon glowing off me, even though I don't actually use magic. And I'm here because I got while praying to the goddess after a blissful night. I was told that because she's in an alliance with gods who are like trying to stop Malekith. That I have to gather here and to help and aid the quest to stop Malekith. I don't know any specifics other than that coming here will help me do so.
Yeah, so you're the only person here for the actual purpose of the campaign.
Yeah.
Everyone
I just know I don't know why I'm here though. All is like I have to come here to stop Malekith.
And again, oblivious, and the only person here.
Hold up, I had to get the tablet to steal it, so I'm here for the quest.
Yeah, but you're not here for that purpose, like to do good from it. You're just here like for monetary gain. Is what I'm saying. Everyone else is going to be kind of like roped into it or doing it for their own benefit.
Selfish needs.
Yeah. Although I suppose when Phil's character shows up, he will be here for the right purposes as well. So they will be the moral compass.
I'm just imagining my guy being so far from the south, just has no idea who Malekith is because he just flew all the way here.
Yeah, and if you're in the wilderness around animals all the time, like why would you really know? Although, same-wise, I mean, you'll notice that things are not well in like the wilderness as well, but we'll get to that.
I just realized there's going to be contention with me and the golem. Because my faith does not take kindly to creatures that cannot express love.
That's awfully presumptuous of the golem.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
mean,
think you're a dwarf, so I'm going to assume you're a dwarf, and I'm just going to pretend I don't know it.
he doesn't look anything like a dwarf, is the only thing.
Yeah.
But I'm oblivious.
Oblivious to the fact
that clearly isn't a dwarf. In these
Yep.
two.
I mean, you could be oblivious to the fact that he doesn't have the appendages required for lovemaking.
Yeah. If someone points out, though, then I will be highly offended with this creature.
Yeah, okay, so maybe you assume he's not like a construct. You probably assume he's been produced as the offspring of some very strange creature.
Exactly.
That's going to lead to some interesting campfire conversations.
See his paladin being. Could there be like a gullible? Could he have like an oblivious gullible tag? So, like he tells him he's a dwarf, so he just believes that he's a dwarf because he just believes what people tell him.
So he's just naive.
Like, he's never done anything wrong before. Of course you're a dwarf. I don't think he's naive.
The other thing, I mean, if you'd never seen a dwarf before and someone said, "I'm a dwarf," you'd be like, "Oh, so that's what dwarves look like."
Right, and you haven't wronged me before, so I have no reason to distrust you.
Yeah, is that I've only met one dwarf before, and like you look nothing like her. So
You
Very
look,
sexually dimorphic, you know.
you look a lot larger and rock-like, but okay.
If anything, you're probably gonna have problems with the half demon.
half demon is a product of love. The half demon deserves proper treatment.
Wait, do you have like half demon features? Or do you keep them concealed?
I didn't think about it that way. I wear like a red alpha cloak all the time. I kind of keep my features hidden, but the only thing that stands out is that I kind of have like semi-scaly skin and clawed hands. One hand, I lost a hand. Excuse me, one of them got cut off and replaced by like a true demonic hand. I don't know how I'm gonna hide that.
Oh yeah, because we cut it off, then you drank a healing potion, and when it grew back, it was a demon one.
It wasn't a half demon hand; it was an actual demon hand.
Just wear some gloves.
I don't know if that's gonna work.
Yeah, because then you got a huge demon hand with a glove on.
Yeah,
it's still a big.
It's like, why is your
hand.
left hand? Why is your left hand bigger than your right hand?
No, gnarly.
I'm deformed. I was deformed as a child.
I'm sure some people would buy that.
I'd easily buy it.
Well, yeah, you would.
No, I said gullible. More than
I keep it constantly hidden with illusion magic.
Gullible is definitely the like more accurate description of him.
It's all the same. It's just like a subcategory of oblivious.